I'm Lex. I am the owner and head creative of Lexoskeleton Clothing Company, and this is a Zebo! Ooh. Honestly, for me, fashion is anything that you feel the most comfortable in. Because for me, when I see something like, okay, so for example, there is this pair of pants that I turned into a top. Normally people would just look at it and say that it's a pair of pants, but for me, it was just the material to make it into something more elevated. So to me, fashion is whatever you feel most comfortable in. If you want to wear those pants as a top, do it. If you want to wear a scarf as an anklet, do it. Like, whatever makes you feel comfortable and exudes whatever is intrinsically inside your soul, that to me is fashion. So there's a whole wide array of that, but as long as you're comfortable and you're feeling yourself, that to me is fashion. That is a hard one. I think, oh wow. Oh my gosh, okay, that one stumped me. Okay, so I guess my signature piece, or our signature piece, is the sleeved choker. So what it is it's basically the concept of like chaps, but we put it on the neck. So instead of the waist, like you have your choker and then you have the sleeves. And so we just use it as an accessory rather than like a top. So you can either wear it with pants, wear it with the dress, wear it with the skirt. And for me, I honestly haven't seen anything like that before. So for me, that it came to me in a dream and I'm like, okay, let's see if this is already out there. And if it is, I don't want to take somebody else's design. But when I didn't see anything, I was kind of just like, okay, maybe this is a Lexa original. And so I guess for me, that is one of the most creative things that I've done, but I'm still ready for more. I'm still thirsty for more. So who knows what weird stuff I'll come up with. Okay, so during COVID, when we had a lot of time on our hands, I don't do well with nothing to do. And so just being home and left to my own devices, I just said, why not? I've been wanting to do fashion for so long in my life, and I just have told myself, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, it's never going to amount to anything. And I finally just got to the point, why not? It's during COVID. Like, we're getting paid to stay in our houses. There's literally no reason why I can't just try it. And so I first tried with vintage wear, which my husband Jordan, he sells vintage. And that just didn't resonate in me. And I was like, you know what? I enjoy fashion, but I think I enjoy the creativity behind like creating fashion. And so once I started learning how to do the sewing machine, which was one of the most difficult tasks I've ever done in my entire life, a lot of like pricks of the finger and then all of that. But after I like kind of got into the groove of everything, I realized that this is where my soul resonates. And I want to make sure that every body type and every identity is represented. And if that is my calling to do that for the world and I enjoy it, then that's obviously what I'm supposed to do. So it's scary because you're basically going out on a limb and saying, okay, I'm going to be in charge of my own financial gain. I'm in charge of making these posts about the items. I'm in charge of being creative. There's a lot of things that go into it that when you don't own a business, you can just breathe because somebody else is taking care of it. But with Lexoskeleton, I am very grateful to have my business partner, Nick, that helps me. But when I really went out on a limb, I was like, okay, girl, you doing this. You're doing this. Like, it may not amount to any money, but you need to have another job on the side to make sure that it does. So my mental health, I could breathe again. Like, I felt like I wasn't suppressing what I wanted to do with my life. I actually was enjoying it. And even if I didn't make money, I knew that what I was making made me happy. And if I have a job on the side, that's great. If Lexo's not supposed to take off, that's not my purpose. So mental health is good. It's real good. Everybody I meet, I'm gonna be real with you. I think that I have so much love to give other people, and people give it back. I think this is just a true testimony for when when you truly show love and acceptance for other people, they can feel that and they'll give it back. Like, you're supporting me right now. And we've had interactions from being at different places, and I support you, vice versa, and my husband supports me. So I think literally everybody that I meet has just a word of advice or a word of encouragement or something, because they can feel my spirit in it. So I'm honestly saying everyone that I've met has been pretty much a great proponent for me just to keep moving and pressing on and doing the next thing that I need to. So I came across, somebody had sent me, it was a quote on Instagram, and it was, I'm gonna misquote it, but basically what it was saying was, when did the idea that we had to fit the clothes come into play? Clothes were meant to adorn our bodies, not vice versa. You don't need to change yourself to fit the clothes. If something doesn't fit, get something that does, and find beauty and power in whatever you're wearing. And so my main thing is, there needs to be representation for every person, every body, every identity. All of that needs to be represented. I have felt what it's like to be oppressed by my own ideals, that I have to be a certain size to be worthy. And I've lived that life, and it's not a very fun life to live inside somebody else's box that they've created for you. And I never want other people to go through that. And I want them to look in the mirror, and whatever they're wearing, whether it be a Lexoskeleton piece or I don't care what they're wearing, as long as they're comfortable, that to me is, I don't know, that to me is everything. And I feel like representation right now more than ever needs to happen. Everybody, even children, need to look and see, I resonate with that person. Finally, there's somebody that looks like me. Finally, there's somebody that I can identify with. And that right there is change. Because if somebody, all that they're seeing is somebody that doesn't look like them, they're gonna think something's wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. The world needs to change, not that person. So my long-winded answer for yes, diversity is huge. I need it, I love it, I crave it. Around people. I love people. I love hearing their stories. I love feeling their spirits. I'm obviously long-winded and I talk a lot, and I'm learning the art of listening. And through my journey of listening to people, I'm getting to know more about their spirit and their soul, and that kind of helps me drive more creativity, because I'm fueled by different things. Different patterns and things spark my interest, but if I listen to somebody else, sometimes I kind of can see different colors from that conversation or different patterns, and I can be inspired by them. And all of my friends that I have as models, they are literally my muses for those pieces that I'm creating, because I listen to them, I feel their spirit, and I create them specifically for them to be bought by somebody else who also resonates with their identity. So I just feel joy all around, especially around people. Patience with myself. I always, there's a difference between being driven and being obnoxiously hard on yourself. I am not trusting my process, and I am not okay with not having instant gratification, and that's my journey that I need to be on. I need to be okay with sitting and simmering in the curry and not like trying to get a quick fix for everything. So for me, not getting instant gratification has been a blessing in disguise. It's allowed me to see the things that I want to focus on and things that no longer serve me and I need to let go. So the biggest battle is with myself, and constantly telling myself that although you may not be where you want to be, look at how far you've already come. You don't need to top every feeling that you're feeling. Just savor this moment and know that right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you need to go a different path, it's not too late. It's not too late. It's never too late. So trusting myself and trusting the journey has been the hardest thing for me. Life. I can literally, okay, mostly RuPaul's Drag Race. I'ma be real, like all of their stuff is like so amazing. And I love the flamboyant, like colors and essences that the drag queens give off when they hit that stage, mixed with reality. I want things that you can actually go out and, you know what I mean? You can't always wear something on the runway out on the street every single day. It has to be practical. So I mix that with like things that I see in real life, people that I see on the street. I initially got inspired when I would stay with my aunt in Chicago, and there would be, you know, just the lack of a better term, I think streetwalkers are basically what they were, but their style to me was, I loved it. It was just, they were themselves, and I don't know, I loved it. I felt like I resonated with that very much. And ever since then, I wanted to focus on the beauty that I saw around me. And if I can get inspired by a color that you're wearing, or a style this is, or somebody's silhouette, I try to take that all and put my own creative spin on it. I'll sleep on it, I'll dream about it, and then it comes to life. So it's a blessing to be surrounded by so many people and things here in Columbus that inspire me every day, as well as what I see on TV and everything. But Columbus is a great city for inspiration, and great people for inspiration. So yeah, I received my Native American name at a very young age. My grandma gave me Joy, and I was always so bitter about it because it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't one of those fun names, or one of those names that you really remember. And before she passed away, I asked her, I said, Grandma, why did you name me Joy? And she said, because that's what you bring, and I knew that's what you would bring to this world. And I sat and I simmered in that, and I truly believe that is accurate. I believe that what makes me unique is that I believe in finding the best in everyone, and I believe in bringing the joy in as many situations as I can. And I just want people to feel loved and accepted as they are. And if that means that I listen to you for that day, if that's me bringing the joy, then I'll bring the joy that way. Or if you need me to be your hype woman, I will do that. It's just, I believe what makes me unique is my way to look past what people would perceive as flaws. And I see the inside, and I want to know that. And I want them to know that, and know that the way that they are is perfectly fine. And I want to bring that joy to them. So Lex is joy, joy is Lex. I've learned to just encompass that and just embrace it. So yes, guys. So you can follow us on Instagram. It's Lexoskeleton Clothing Co. We also have a website that is www.lexoskeletonclothingco.com. We were supposed to have a release today on the 25th, but we're actually going to get it done on the 26th. Some things came up, so we're going to have a new release. Be looking for some great things in the future. We have some runways coming up, so just keep an eye on our Instagram, and we'll keep you guys posted. But thank you so much for just listening to my version of the Lexoskeleton story, and just for being here. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and yes, I'm excited.